recently my husband, who's not in the room, has taken up beer hunting. Some of you might be like thinking that I just said bear hunting, but no, I said burp. Beer hunting, which, beer hunting and bear hunting actually have things in common with each other. It's not just removing that A. The first and foremost is that you have to drive long distances and go to rural, remote areas where nobody is. The second one is that you spend a lot of time bonding with men in various stages of growing facial hair and costumed in many different types of flannel. The third one is that you collect trophies. In the case of beer hunters, they are stacked 6 feet high in your wife's spare bedroom. Spare closet. And my fourth one, you're not guaranteed to kill. You drive all that distance, you spend all that time, you're not guaranteed a bear or a beer. So we'll leave it at that one for the moment. So when my husband approaches me with that malty amber colored twinkle in his eyes, I know a beer hunt is on the horizon. And since it's an abdication of adult responsibility for about 6 to 8 hours, I'm totally in and game. So generally this trip involves my brother-in-law because we don't own a car. We're eco-conscious city dwellers. And it broke down. So my brother-in-law borrows his parents' trusty old Subaru because he doesn't own a car either. And I do recognize the irony of 3 grown-ass adults traveling long distances to buy alcohol, but none of them are responsible enough to own a car. I get that, totally. So usually my brother-in-law comes to pick us up. Now driving with my brother-in-law is a little like being with a highly tweaked out, caffeinated preteen who is playing Grand Theft Auto. It's so much fun. And basically, usually about 10 minutes into the drive, he says, "Hey, can anybody find that half-lit joint that's rolling around under the seat?" No? Anyone? And the drive is usually a blast as well, because we talk about beer, the finer points. We talk about aluminum cans, we dart through traffic. Usually the driver drops a big old joint in our lap. We talk some more about beer, and we fight some more traffic, and then we are finally arrived at, the whatever craft beer the place this is. Now these places usually have these really fun bucolic names, like Treehouse Brewery. Yeah. We got a treehouse person here. And a sip of sunshine. There we go. The strange thing is there are no tree houses and there's very rarely sunshine. So usually when we get there, my husband will jump, race out of the car, bound across. We clock him at extra hoppy. Only beer people will get that. Oh, now I need my notes. I'm sorry. Talk amongst yourselves while the comedian figures out where she lost her place. There we go. So generally he joins the line, and as I mentioned, there are a lot of beards there, so there's a lot of hair going on. So often as I'm standing there in line and the gentlemen are nervously doing this to their beards, wondering if they're gonna get their beer, I start thinking, all right, lady, it's time for a wax. It's definitely time for a wax. So luckily I'm usually a little bit distracted by the fact also that there are many children in line. Who brings their children to stand in line for beer before Christmas when it's 2 degrees outside? But they do. And it's adorable because you've got children running around and you're thinking, wow, it really stinks like beer here. Now, I at first thought they brought their children because it's a per person thing. You're only allowed to get 4 cans per person. So when I first started going, I thought they were bringing their kids to get those extra 4 cans. Turns out in Massachusetts, they don't allow that. It's so crazy. Well, I'll close this up to say that I do love my husband desperately. We usually do get our kill. We usually get our 4 to 8 cans, depending on what it is. We always make lots of friends, because those lines are made for making friends. And we see tons of beards, not that we don't already have one at home. And last but not least, we test those DUI laws. Thank you guys so much.